Alright, hello again. Starting another video. It is Saturday, March the 7th. Uh, Getting ready to unload here at a place in Walker, Louisiana. Martin Brower. They are pretty stacked up. My appointment time is 1 o'clock p.m., but I always strive to get places early. A lot of the times they can take you in, but sometimes they're going to make you wait till that appointment time, which is the case right now. Awesome news for this video. This is actually probably my next to last load to deliver. I have requested and been granted home time for March the 9th. Super excited about that. And it's actually going to be spring break week for my oldest, and I've actually never been home and been able to participate in a lot of the activities. My wife is usually the one who gets to do all the fun stuff whenever they're out for spring break. I've always in the past been working during that week, and timing of it worked out just right where I'll be home that Monday. The schedule of things, the way that I will handle my home time, at least for the foreseeable future, unless my wife and I decide to change up the logistics a little bit. With KLLM, you are given 2 paid home time days for every 7 days that you are out on the road. So tomorrow I will have been out for 21 days. So that gives me 6 paid home time days at home. And kudos to them, they've actually done a really good job of paying attention to my home time request. A lot of these companies you read reviews about, and they have complaints all the time from drivers saying, the company didn't respect my home time. They put me on a load, and it was going way north of where I was supposed to be, so it wasn't going to get me home until 2 days after I was supposed to have requested it. So KLLM is actually looking out for it on my behalf, and I was really grateful for that. They actually, so I picked up a load yesterday, and it was supposed to go to Kinloch, Missouri, which is just outside of St. Louis, and they actually were looking at the schedule and going, we can get you there, but we're going to be cutting it close on getting you back for your requested home time. We're going to swap you, come to the terminal, and we'll put you on this load that's going to deliver in Walker, Louisiana. And after that, we'll probably find something nearby in that general vicinity. So I'm going to unload today, Saturday, find something, and they will bring me back to the terminal. More than likely, it's going to be something that I pick up that's going back east, maybe up to Atlanta area or towards the northeast, and I will bring that back to the terminal, drop it, and then another driver will probably pick that up on their way headed out. So kudos to them. Thank you. If anybody from KLLM ends up watching this video, I appreciate what you guys are doing for your drivers, looking out and making sure that the home time is respected, and it's a great perk. I believe you get paid $100 a day for the time that you're home. There are some places that don't do that, apparently. It's not, you're not going to be striking it rich with that, because they're going to want to they're not going to want to incentivize you to sit at home all the time. So obviously, it's not going to stack up to like you're getting paid while you're out here on the road, but it's still a good deal, and I'm very much looking forward to getting home, seeing my folks. I did see them a couple nights ago. So the load that I was on previously went from Atlanta, Georgia area down to Macomb, to the Sanderson Farms location there, and I wound up coming to my stop in Meridian, Mississippi. So my wife and the boys came up, and we had supper, and it was fantastic to see them, and get to see them again in a couple days. Good Lord willing. I'm praying certainly for safety and finish this trek on out. So this would be the end of that first stretch there. So 21 days, that's quite a while. that's something that is going to be tough to be sustainable for a long time with 2 kids. I'm going to certainly want to make sure I prioritize being back home, but for right now, this is where the Lord's got me. I'm going to trust in the Lord's plan, as I've said in previous videos. Wherever He leads, I'll follow, and His will be done, and I'm going to embody that in my life and encourage as many people along the way to take that same approach, because the way I've seen it, it's a lot easier when you go with that approach versus trying to do things on your own. All right, we made it to this Walmart. I backed in over here, unhooked from the trailer like I was supposed to, walked all the way down there, gave them my paperwork, and they said, all right, we'll call you when it's empty. I am super thankful. Can't see it now, this truck's back in front of there, but anyway, had a nice easy straight line back into this spot. Okay, now he's moving forward. Just went straight out right there, and it was super easy to get in here. None of this 45-degree alley backing that you have to do in some places. Every now and then it's good to get a cupcake, and I appreciate Walmart throwing me that cupcake. You get in here quickly, get them my paperwork, and hopefully they can get this done pretty fast. Because I'm up against the clock again. It's one of the things that always happens is you wound up being against that clock. So this is the remainder of the trip. I've got it plugged in here, and I'm not sure how well you may be able to see it, but I've got about 205 miles left. So I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go get the trailer washed out at the Blue Beacon in Hammond, Louisiana. It's about 8 miles away. Then I'm going to go drop this in. I'm supposed to drop the empty trailer at Coke Foods in Morton, Mississippi, and then bobtail my truck the rest of the way to KLLM. 205 miles. This GPS says 3 hours and 18 minutes, but it's following whatever the posted speed limits are. I promise you, I will not be able to hit it. I'm actually able to hit it even less today, so I've got another issue that I've got to tell the service department for my truck once I'm on home time for them to maybe go in there and take a look at. The ABS lights keep flashing, and as a result, it turns everything off on this Cascadia. And I was doing some research, and I noticed it was doing it. It was only doing it whenever it would come a rain shower. Let it rain, this thing's going to start lighting up like a Christmas tree, and I won't be able to set I'm not able to set my cruise. It's beeping at me, saying the active brake assist is off, and it is just super annoying. It was doing it before I left the yard. I went into the service department, and all the guy said was, drive it a little bit and see if it goes away. And I drove it a little bit, and it went away. So it goes away once it dries up. So maybe I can get fortunate enough to sit here long enough, turn the truck off, turn it back on, see if it goes away, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to use the cruise control to even go 65 miles an hour. I'm going to be relegated to only using that accelerator pedal, and you can press that thing as hard as you want to, and I try to push it through the engine bay sometimes, and it still is not going to get you anywhere above 62 miles an hour, just slow as Christmas, and really hurts you on your ETA time. So being up against the clock, like I mentioned, go over here. So I've got an advantage of just about a shade less than an hour and a half on my 14-hour clock, but I guarantee you, I've been to these Walmarts before. They take a while. They always do. They're going to hold you here for 3+ hours. So this is probably going to get to be about 5 hours. That's going to give me the maximum amount of time that I have left to drive and do the remainder of this trip. Looking back at this GPS, let's see what it was saying. 3 hours and 19 minutes. Well, you have to add in, let's say you got to add in 30 minutes when you're getting it washed out. No telling how long it's going to take. I don't know how busy. I've never been to this Coke Foods, but I've got to get into their facility, drop this trailer, unhook it, and then drive on to KLLM. And the maximum speed right now that I'm able to go is 62. So we're going to be yet another one of those days where I'm cutting it close. And right here at home time, I have no interest whatsoever in getting stuck somewhere, having to wait 10 hours, then do whatever the remainder of the trip is to Jackson. I want to be to that yard tonight so that I can talk to them first thing tomorrow and go ahead and get unhooked from this truck and trailer. To be continued. Be praying to the Lord heavily that things can go efficiently and He can find some favor for today, because it sure would be nice. He gave us some sunshine. It was raining and nasty a while ago. Now it's nice and hot and humid in middle of Louisiana, but we'll take it. So more to follow. Hope things go quickly here. But paperwork in hand. 6 hours, 36 minutes, and counting down. Can we make it all the way back to the terminal? We're about to find out. So, paperwork in hand. Can we make it all the way home?
I feel tears welling up cold and deep inside, like my heart sprung a big break. And a stab of loneliness, sharp and painful, that I may never shake. You might say that I was taking it hard since you wrote me off with a call, but don't you wager that I'll hide in sorrow when I may lay right down and fall. Now the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. I ventured in love, never once suspecting what the final result would be. And how I lived in fear, waking up each morning, finding that you're gone from me. There's aching pain in my heart, for today was the one I hated to face. Somebody new came up to win her, and I came out in second place. Now the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. Is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. The winner loses all.
We made it back here to the Jackson terminal. I think it's finally time for home time. I have to stay overnight, get disconnected from this truck in the morning, but finally done. I'm sure you'll be able to tell from the time lapse, or you've probably been able to tell in other videos of these time lapses, these trucks are slow. we get passed by 90% of the people on the road, and do the passing maybe 10% of the time, if that. And it does not help when this ABS light was on, not letting me do my cruise control. So I was going 62 miles an hour the whole way, and we crept and crawled our way all the way here. So thank God for getting me here, keeping me safe out there on the roads for 3 full weeks. I'm about to go home and get some much needed rest, but also time with my boys and my wife and family at home. And I say rest very loosely. I'm sure I'll be run pretty ragged when I'm when I'm at home too, and I'm certainly thrilled and looking forward to it. That covers it for this go around. So we'll probably pick it back up once we'll head back out on the road after home time. So until then, may God bless you and keep you.